Hey folks, how's it going? Just a quick update on the pond. I said you'd keep you up to date on the temperature. As you can see there now, it's been very mild the last couple of days. It's about 14 degrees today. Um, the pond temperature, it did hover around 10 for a long time, and that was even though the evening temperatures were well down and daily temperatures were sort of 7-8 degrees. But as soon as we got down into the very cold, very windy weather we had last week, you could see it having an impact. Now it did drop down as far as 8.6, but over the last couple of days it started to come back up again. So happy enough with that. I'd say with the storm Barra and below zero wind chill temperatures, if the pond wasn't covered or insulated, the temperature would have dropped much quicker. So happy with that. But I'll see, as we get a sustained period of cold weather, it's going to settle somewhere, and hoping it's around no lower than 8 degrees. People have said to me that that's probably where it will settle. So we'll see how that goes. Otherwise, pretty quiet. Overdue a filter flush. I'll need to do that probably next weekend. Had a few things on this weekend, didn't get to it, or a bottom drain flush. I will. On the outside, just to show you what I did during the very cold spell as well, was for the corners when I was building the pond, I kept a section of 100 mil insulation board, so that fits very nicely into my window there, so it just gives me that extra bit of insulation on the cold nights. Haven't used it the last couple of nights because it's been very mild. In fact, even the lowest temperature overnight has been warmer than the pond. You can see even there's condensation on the window there, indicating that the temperature outside is warmer than the temperature inside. But the fish are still very active. Still looking for food. I didn't feed them during the very cold spell, but I did feed them yesterday and today, just a very small amount of wheat germ, and they did eat it fairly quickly, so they're still looking for it. But I'm sure we'll get to that stage in the next week or so. There goes my insulation. The next week or so where I won't be feeding. But that's about it. On Storm Barra, I was slightly concerned with these, that the covers, they are very heavy, but so are airplane wings, and they managed to take off. The top one did move a bit. Now that would be probably a little bit lighter, because it's not, well, probably not a huge amount lighter. It's the polycarbonate that's different on it. It did move slightly. The other three didn't move at all, and we'd probably not the severity of wind that was predicted, but it still was very windy. But they didn't move, thankfully. Wouldn't have been. I don't have any big blocks. One of the things I did when I had to cover for fiberglassing was I had some building blocks, and I just threw ropes over it, and then had the building blocks on the ground around it and slung the rope around the blocks, and it was grand. But I went looking, and I don't have blocks. If I kept 3 or 4, I could have had them either side of the pond and just slung a rope across. But anyway, I didn't need it, and we're probably unlikely to get wind that bad for a while anyway. Undered as well, people might have an opinion. One thing I haven't insulated, the little pipe there is the overflow, so that doesn't matter. But the skimmer pipe might be worth just sticking a bit of insulation around that. I know probably not going to make a huge amount of difference, but everything else is underground, so it's kind of naturally insulated. That's not. The other thing that's occurred to me is, if we go back into the shed isn't insulated. It is sort of cavity block, but the temperature drops in here fairly quickly. Like, that was down to 7 degrees inside, and 8.5 degrees inside. So I don't know, maybe at some stage I might look to insulate part of it, but this was a storage shed. It was built at originally, so we never bothered insulating it. In hindsight, maybe before I stuck this in and did all the work, maybe I should have stuck 25 mil insulation board on it, but anyway, I didn't. But it is probably another factor that the water is flowing through here, and this room is likely to be at a lower temperature than the pond. But that's it. Any questions, any suggestions, let me know, and I'll keep you updated when we get the next cold snap. I'll keep you updated on the pond temperature. Take it easy. Cheers.